What's up guys, Adam Retro Moments here, and today we are going to visit one of the finest game stores here in Nagoya. It's called MEIKOYA, and it's right here. You might recognize this place from when I tried to check how much they would buy my games for. It's this place. So yeah, it's just awesome that they have the N64 outside here on the street for people to play. But let's get on this. So yeah, the first thing that we can see here when we enter the store is some glass shelves with things that they want to present to the customers coming in here. Some more exclusive items. As you can see here, we got the golden Wii accessories and yeah, all kinds of things as you can see. And there's also bins here, blue bins with discounts. Some unusual PSPs, I assume. Not really into PSPs, so not sure about that actually. We got some cool figures here. We got Link there. Pretty nice. I'm assuming that this is all official Nintendo stuff and no third-party stuff. Some newer stuff, Nintendo Switch things, handhelds. Some Game & Watches. We got Mickey and Donald there, 6,900. So yeah, I guess it's not more expensive than that. Some cool Game Boys, different variations, and NEO-GEO Pocket and Wonder Swan there. Yeah, cool stuff. And also some CDs here, soundtracks to games. And on the top we got some boxed consoles. Looks like mostly Wii stuff for some reason. And here it seems to be some Nintendo Switch game on display. Starlink. Oh, that's from Star Fox. Okay, that's cool. I didn't even recognize it at first, but it definitely is now, I can see. Nintendo Switch accessory. That's pretty cool. I wonder if it's doing something special or if it's just an item on display. Gotta look into that later. GameCube controllers. But I guess it's time to dig into the SNES and N64 corner here. We got golden N64, 7,990. Condition looks pretty good. Super Famicom consoles, $39. A little yellowed, but in working conditions. And Famicom's even cheaper, yellowed but still working. But here, let's get into the N64 games. So, as I've mentioned in earlier videos, collecting for the N64 is very affordable in Japan. It's not as popular as Famicom or Super Famicom. So as you can see here, the prices are really good actually. You can get a complete in-box console for $64, and then we got some third-party controllers as well. They look a little funny. I don't know if they're any better than the regular ones actually. Yeah, but let's get into the Super Famicom here on the other side as well. We got Lagoon here, $14 complete. Totally a good price. One of the first RPG games I ever played, and I really liked that one, even though the sword was a little short. It was hard to hit the enemies, but the music was really good. Castlevania 4, something that everybody should have in their collection if they are collecting for the Super Famicom. Decent price as well. And let's keep looking here. We got the Soul Blader here on the side. So that's actually called the Soul Blazer in the West. I used to play this game as well when I was younger, but for some reason I actually went back to Lagoon. Maybe because it was a little bit more simple, I don't know. And here we got a good game that was never released in the US or Europe. It's Mickey and Donald. It's a super good platforming game, co-op. Here we got a game from Atlas. Really cool artwork on that one, even the back is really cool. I guess that's some kind of JRPG that we never got. And they got Super Metroids here, of course. A little rough around the edges, but otherwise good condition. $56, and here we got another one that is $83. So as you can see, the prices can really be different depending on the condition. And yeah, the Japanese people, they're really picky about that. We got a Mega Man X, or Rockman X as it's called in Japan. And of course Rockman X2, 4,900 yen, $49. Has to be a pretty good price actually. And we got Final Fight Guy. So it's the remake of the first Final Fight with a guy in it. It's not that common to find actually. We got another gem for the Super Famicom, Super Ghosts and Ghosts. Super good game, still love playing that today. And another super good game, Super Aleste, one of the best shoot 'em ups on Super Famicom or Super Nintendo. It's called Space Megaforce in US, so that's actually the same game. And we get into some boxed games now. We got N64 boxed games, or complete games, I guess. Zelda Majora's Mask here, the big box with the expansion pack included. That's pretty cool artwork on that. $57. No, I've seen that way cheaper in hard off actually. And we got Biohazard 2 here. Still amazing that they were able to port it to the cartridge-based N64. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And beside it we got Sin and Punishment, which is the best Japanese exclusive N64 game in my opinion. I made a list on that if you haven't seen that yet. And yeah, some loose cartridges, some of the better games, and then we got more boxed stuff here. And in my opinion the boxed stuff is not much more expensive than buying regular carts, so it's just a few games, you know. But let's take a look at the Super Famicom wall here. An overview here, so you can see how much they actually got. Looks pretty awesome actually. So many games that I don't even know where to look here. But it seems like it's more of the regular titles, and then down here we come down to the more popular games. Not necessarily expensive games, but the popular games. And of course Dragon Quest, really popular in Japan, and we never got those games, but now you can play them on Switch at least. And an overview here, as you can see, all the cartridges under. Let's pick a random one here, Combat Tribes, actually a pretty cool beat 'em up game. And if we look to our left here, we got some more expensive games, or games that the store wants to highlight a little bit more. And here's the famous SF cart that you could take to the convenience store like 7-Eleven and load digital games on. Pretty cool for the time. And here's the Kirby puzzle game, going for $59. And here we got Demon's Blason, or Demon's Crest, going for $63. We got Turtles in Time, $43, and Sonic Wings, $45. Sonic Wings is another great shooter for the Super Famicom. And we also got the Contra cartridge for $37. Down under here we got the Endless Duel Gundam Wing, great fighting game. Super Back to the Future 2, and Mickey and Donald, or Magical Quest 3, maybe it could be called. Prince of Persia and ActRaiser 2. We also got Mr. Nuts. It's funny to see Prince of Persia and Mr. Nuts, for example. Those are not really expensive or rare in Europe. Darius Force there. Great shooter. The sequel to Darius Twin, which is also great. Those shooters are a little slow, but still good for being on the Super Famicom or Super Nintendo. Some SNES controllers, and if we look in here we find some newer stuff, PS3 stuff. Here we got King of Fighters 12, 14 bucks. Pretty cool game. Didn't know that it was for PS3 as well. And we got some special edition boxes up here. And some arcade sticks from Hori. Down here we got some PS4 games. Metal Gear Survive. Haven't even heard about that one actually. But then again, I do not own a PS4 actually. But it's cool. Rockman stuff. It's cool to see the retro games still living on to the new consoles. And here's definitely a good game for PS4. Shenmue 3 is out now. Would love to play that game, but I still have number 2 that I never played. So gotta get on that. And if we go back to the retro stuff, we got some SNES accessories here, and Super Famicom Junior even. It's pretty cool. Super Scope boxed, and Lethal M-Forces behind there. The Konami light gun plus game. Pretty cool at the time, good graphics, but maybe not so much nowadays. If we continue further here, we got boxed Famicom games here. Not sure which game this is, but pretty cool artwork. And then we have Atlantis no Natsu. Cool platforming game, came out very early for the Famicom. 2,440 yen, so around 24 bucks. Pretty much worth it actually. Haven't seen it in any other shops so far, but sounds like a good price to me. And here we got the plastic cases for the Famicom. Some of the games were released in these plastic cases, which looks phenomenal in the shelf, as you can see. And here's a cool game. I think it's the first part of the Super Chinese World. A cool mix of RPG and fighting. So yeah, gotta try that game later. Never played it actually. Only the sequel to Super Famicom. And if we get into some Famicom games here, they're a little bit more expensive. We can find Rockman, the first one there, for 4,200 yen. What else do we have here? Layla. Never heard about that one actually. They got 2 copies here. And here's some fantasy game with a dark blue cartridge. It's pretty cool. Not sure what game it is though. And here's a game that gets talked about a lot. Hitler no Fukatsu. Later on would become Iron Commando in US and Europe. And we also got a copy of Contra there, 4,990 yen, which is 49 bucks. And here we got Gunneck, a really cool shooter for the Famicom. And let's see what else is here. A lot of cool games, and a lot of Konami and Capcom games of course. They make quality games that will last you a long time. At least they used to. Gunsmoke down there for the Famicom disk system even. And now we're getting into some other stuff. NEO-GEO CD controller, boxed, and we also got a Virtual Boy up there, boxed in really good condition. Down under we got some Dreamcast stuff, really nice arcade stick there. I've tried that stick before and it's really good. We got PCFX here and a Panasonic 3DO. It's really cool that it's here. $169 for that boxed, which is not bad at all. And here's even more Famicom. More of the regular priced games, only cartridges. Ones that you just go in and grab, and I feel like playing this today. Those are all here. Good prices. And as you can see, there's a lot of those. There's even more under here that you have to take out. and look what is there, unless you read Japanese well. But yeah, pretty much any Famicom game you're looking for, I'm sure it's gonna be here. So that's one of the good things about these stores here. Well, let's go back here. I noticed a very cool item. It's the Game Gear, the yellow version, which is actually really rare. And we also got a super graphics here from NEC. It was just a few games released for that actually, so it's a super cool system. And yeah, there's all kinds of things in here. TV Game Racing 112 has to be super old. We got the Dreamcast stuff too, very good condition. Here's a PC Engine Duo and another Virtual Boy. Some Master System. That's something that I've been thinking about. Master System is not that common here actually in Japan. It's all just Famicom and Super Famicom everywhere. Here's a really cool N64. And here we got a pink Dreamcast controller boxed. Has to be pretty unusual. And some Dreamcast stuff. The console and House of the Dead 2, amazing game. And if we take a turn over to the other side here, we got some loose consoles on the top first. Pretty much all the consoles that you can think of are stacked up here. Pretty cool. And down under here we can find some GameCube games. Let's see, I can spot a very good one immediately for 6,490 yen. Ikagura, great shooter. What is this? Some basketball game for the GameCube. And we got Mortal Kombat, Deadly Alliance. Never played this Mortal Kombat actually. So if you guys know if it's good, comment down in the section and I'll try it. Because I used to be heavily into Mortal Kombat in my younger days. And now we moved on to some Game Boy stuff, GBA games here. Let's see what kind of stuff we can find here. We got the Super Mario World, 1,900. That's actually a good price. It's not bad at all if I compare to Hard Off. But yeah, let's keep looking here. We got the Game Boy Color here as well. And here we got Pokemon Gold and Silver for 3,000 yen, 30 bucks. And then the silver version, I guess it has better condition for 4,900. There's also Pokemon Yellow for 39 bucks and Zelda Oracle of Seasons. It's a really good game actually. If you like playing handheld, you surely need to play that one. And here's Pocket Printer. Print your Pokemons from your Game Boy, pretty cool. Golden Game Boy Pocket there, complete in box for 64 bucks. It's not bad at all actually. And here we got the Pocket Camera. Put it in the back of your Game Boy and you can take pictures and edit them and do all kinds of things. It was cool back in the day, of course, not so much now. And now we're getting into some 3DS here. I do own a 3DS, but I haven't been playing much on it at all actually. I was playing the Resident Evil and the Star Fox. And this is a game I do own actually, Kid Icarus. Started playing it, but I haven't even finished it. And here we got Pokemon Heart Gold, 4,200. And some more DS games here, of course. And if we take a look at the other side here, the store is presenting some games here. And if we take a look under here, we can find some Dreamcast accessories and Dreamcast consoles. One really yellowed one and one in a good condition. And back to the other side, some more DS games. But let's keep going further here. There's definitely more to see. We got some PC Engine stuff now. Super Air Bonk and Magical Chase. $749. Yeah, it's one of the more rare games for PC Engine. And definitely a really good game. Super cool shooter actually. But yeah, PC Engine is something that I haven't gotten into yet, but I do really want to because I've seen so many cool games, especially shooters, for that console. So yeah, maybe one day. Now we got into some Saturn here. We got Hot Blooded Family, weird title, but super fun beat 'em up game actually. And Radiant Silvergun, of course, one of the best shooters, especially for the Saturn. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of great shooters for the Saturn. And here we got Batsugan as well. 23,000 yen, so $233. A lot of money, but that's what happens when games are rare and really good. We got the Dreamcast fishing game, some Konami music games, and the NEO-GEO CD as well. And yeah, here's the other side of the glass shelf with expensive stuff. So we got Contra there, we got Bucky O'Hare for 19,000 yen, so around $199. We got Ninja Gaiden here, complete. And we got the SF cartridge again, where you could load digital games for SNES. Hammer and Harry, Rockman games, and of course Pocky and Rocky 2, very expensive, 17,000 yen. Some more Super Famicom games, some of the gems. We got the Doremi Fantasy there. I did find the cartridge of that for a good price, so I'm happy about that. And we got Psycho Dream. I got that one complete. I paid like half of that price, so that feels pretty good. It's a really good platforming game. Only released in Japan, of course. And here we got so many good titles that I don't even have time to name all of them. King of Dragons being one of them. Super awesome Capcom Super Famicom game. Captain Commando, Turtles in Time, we got Contra, Rockman and 40, and so much more in there. Vampire Killer, Castlevania. And we're getting into some expensive NEO-GEO stuff here. Real Bout 2, Fatal Fury, 34,000 yen. King of Fighters 99, 20,000. Those prices doesn't seem over the top for me. Seems fine. King of Fighters 98, super good game. And if we go down one more row, we got Sonic Wings, an amazing shooter, $799. And yeah, there's even more expensive NEO-GEO games in here. But if we keep looking here, we find some cheaper alternatives, and also the console boxed for 52,000 yen. So yeah, that's the usual price most people are asking for anyway. But let's get into the games here. World Heroes 2, 45 bucks. We got Fate of Your Special, 37 bucks. Samurai Showdown, 2,900 yen, 29 bucks. And Art of Fighting, 64 bucks. So those prices are actually alright. And here we got complete console with cables, going for $340. Only the NEO-GEO stick. And a NEO-GEO CD here, of course. 14,900 yen. And one lonely stick down here, the bean stick, for $39. And one more NEO-GEO complete here. Same price as the one that is standing on the shelf. So yeah, NEO-GEO consoles are quite rare, so that's definitely a price that they can ask for. But if we go further in here, we can find some Mega Drive stuff now. Consoles up on the top. And here we got Lethal M-Forces for the Mega Drive. such a Konami classic that most of the people today won't enjoy because it only works on CRTs, and a lot of people only have their new flat screens nowadays, which is a bit sad. Not sure what game this is. Pretty crazy cover art. And here we got Alien Storm. Almost considered a classic on the Mega Drive now. A lot of people have played it, and it was also featured on multi-carts released by Sega. And here we got something crazy, Japanese RPG. Not sure what the name is on that. And down here we can find something that everybody knows, Mortal Kombat, 3,400 yen for the first one. And I'm gonna guess that here's the shelf with more exclusive games. Yes, we got Truxton, or Tatsujin, as it's called in Japan. Extremely good shooter on the Mega Drive. It's what Mega Drive is doing the best, in my opinion. Has way better shooters than Super Famicom. And we got Thunder Force 3. One of my personal favorite shooters is actually Thunder Force 4, or Lightning Force as it's called in the US. And here we also have a Mega Drive console for 62 bucks. But yeah, that's it for Mega Drive. So let's go to the next shelf here. We get some Dreamcast games here. And an odd commercial. Some cool games, Capcom versus SNK. Totally a fighter that holds up today. Mark of the Wolves, NEO-GEO game ported to Dreamcast, and Sonic Adventure, and of course, not to forget, Street Fighter Third Strike. Really good. There was a small library of games released for the Dreamcast, but a lot of good games actually. Let's keep going here. On the side we got some Sega accessories and controllers. And here's also some cool fighting sticks and yeah, special edition items, I guess you could call it, for the Saturn. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff here. Saturn is another console that I haven't gotten into yet. But I am aware of the amount of games and the quality of games for the console actually. A lot of good 2D fighters, great shooters, and also Panzer Dragoon games. So yeah, definitely have to get into that later. And here's the start of more PC Engine games. The other console that I'm curious about, and I know a little bit about it. So I just gotta make that step and buy a console first and foremost. And talking about PC Engine consoles, here they are. We got a standard PC Engine, only taking hue cards 8,900, and we got the core graphics 13,000 yen, so 130 bucks. Here we got some good games too. I believe this is Kato Ken, like a really wacky platformer. 28 bucks. And what else do I recognize in here? Well, Batman of course, and Splatterhouse. And the Sega Saturn games are still going here on the other side. A lot of those. A Sega Saturn commercial. And here we got a console for 9,900 yen. So 100 bucks. We got Virtual Cop. A lot of people really like that one. I'm more of a Time Crisis guy, I guess. But Virtual Cop is really good too, actually. And it seems like we're getting into some PlayStation stuff now. And there's a lot of that in Japan. PS1 stuff, there's a lot of games. A lot of games that I don't know as well. And also when you're in a store like this, when there's so much stuff everywhere, you don't even know where to look actually. It's pretty crazy. Here we got the Time Crisis stuff, at least. And it's usually cheap, so I found it in Book-Off for like 100 yen in the junk section, so yeah, I'm sure it's cheap here as well. And here we got a cool Final Fantasy Premium package. Really neat when they are so big, those boxes. Chrono Trigger, of course. And a lot of other good games here. More Final Fantasy. And In the Hunt. Super fun shooter game underwater. I would highly recommend that. And also G Darius there. In the Hunt was 43 bucks and G Darius 19 bucks. So those are some good prices. Good value for really good games. And on the next side here we find magazines or guides to games. So that's cool that they have a section for that. There's a lot of games that you could really, you know, dig deep in and try to find all the secrets and whatnot. So that's cool that they have that. And the next row here we got PS2, King of Fighters and Fatal Fury, best of editions on PS2. So if you don't have a NEO-GEO, you could always buy it on PS2 if you just want to play it. I'm sure those games will work fine with a PS2 controller, and otherwise there's actually a NEO-GEO controller you can buy for PS2. But let's keep going here. More limited editions of PS2 games and some regular titles here, PS2. And yeah, PS2 has even more games than PS1, so this feels just endless. Oh, and here's the NEO-GEO controller I was talking about there. So yeah, at least they're not super rare. You can still find them here. But I guess that's about it for this store. We've been pretty much around every shelf in here, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up so I know. And also write a comment, whatever you want to say, or if there's something you want to see, anything. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys the next time.